ए के सोमशेखर सर। सर स्वागत है आपका हमारे इस ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग में।
नमस्कार।
सर जैसे कि आपको पता है कि हमारे प्रिंसिपल लोग हैं यहाँ पे जो स्कूल ऑफ एक्सीलेंस के, और जिनको आईसीटी के बारे में आपसे बेहतर और कौन बता पाएगा, तो बड़ी खुशी होगी। हमारे प्रिंसिपल लोगों को भी एक अच्छा चांस मिलेगा सीखने के लिए। तो सर स्वागत है आज के इस ट्रेनिंग कार्यक्रम में, और फिर हम शुरू करते हैं सर आज का प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम।
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद। कंप्यूटर एज में कोई सिखाने वाला सीखने वाला नहीं रहता. एवरीबडी इज लर्निंग एंड एवरीबडी इज टीचिंग एक्चुअली. So next 1 hour I'll be talking basically if ICT is to be used in the academic, in the school education, what are the different plans we have, and in between you can also give suggestions. I'll share a presentation, and one by one I'll in Padhai to Vardua what are the initiatives we are planning. But it is not to teach you how to use a portal or how to make use of the provisions. Actually, what is the concept behind it? How ICT can help actually really in academic activities. Even though the presentation, yes, I'm sharing it. Just give me 1 minute. Deepak, is the presentation visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. See, the title which was given to me is Integration of ICT, Optimizing Academic and Administrative Process. As I was introduced, my name is Somasekhar. I am Senior Technical Director in NIC. I am giving my mobile number and email ID here. Even it is both academic and administrative process, I am more interested to discuss with you because you are the academic heads. I'm not going to discuss the administrative process of midday meal, toilets, and all these things. I am sure it is one of the important parts of your administration, but still let us see how ICT can help really. See, I am very happy. So far for the last decade, everybody, if at all anybody wants to use ICT, they wanted to use only for administrative purposes, like how attendance of teachers will be taken, how toilets will be monitored, how midday meal will be monitored. I think Padhai to Vardwar is one of the first initiatives in Chhattisgarh where a full academic cycle management system is being covered. So I want to talk to you the internals of the internal concepts, internal objectives of how ICT is to be used. Okay. See, why ICT is my first question. In the very beginning of my presentation, I want to state one thing. I want to confess. My ICT can never can be replacement for a teacher or classroom teaching. If anybody thinks that providing ICT, providing good multimedia, this thing, if a teacher can be replaced or if a classroom teaching can be replaced, I am sorry, they are in the wrong route. ICT can never do that. So our objective is not to replace or not to replace a teacher or a classroom. But what ICT can do? ICT can make a good quality content available to students and teachers. ICT can improve learning experience. Person to person, there is only oral communication and some body language, body gestures. But ICT can give good TLM to teachers, teaching learning material. They can use this for better teaching, for improving the learning experience. ICT can introduce gamification education. I'll discuss at least a good part of my presentation on gamification. What is this gamification? Gamification is really playing a big role. It's not playing games. Even using WhatsApp also involves some gamification principles, and Facebook involves some gamification principles. If gamification techniques are used in the education, we can make students addicted to our sites. While discussing gamification, I'll detail that. ICT can relieve teachers from mechanical non-academic tasks. The basic duty of the teacher is to teach, and but at least a 10-15% of that time is being used on mechanical, boring, non-academic tasks. ICT can relieve that. ICT can give more insights on students through data analytics. See, again, in the data analytics part, I'll discuss another major portion is I want to discuss only gamification and data analytics. If everything is implemented properly, is students about a student more than a teacher, my computer will be knowing it. My computer will tell the teacher this is the students how you have to teach. But the teaching and teaching is definitely the responsibility of the teacher. So first of all, as a ICT person, I am saying that my ICT will never replace a teacher, can never do it. Okay. Then, of course, you must have heard it. The future teacher role will be, it is slightly changing. The past teachers, about 10 years back teacher and today's teacher should be different. Good teacher teaches. I'm sure everybody is teaching. Better teacher explains. If you explain in a way, you can be called a better teacher. But the best teacher motivates. Let me tell you one thing. In the earlier screen, I told that ICT cannot replace a teacher. But the good teachers and better teachers will not be more. ICT can better teach, better explain. But teaching and explaining is not the teacher's or they should relate to the student and they should motivate to learn more and more. So the role of teacher is not a knowledge sharing. If he only transfers knowledge from one mind to the other mind, ICT can definitely replace it. There is a famous saying by that NIT whole in the world. He says that a machine can never replace a teacher. But if any teacher can be replaced by a machine, the teacher should be replaced. The teacher is no longer should to be a teacher. Okay, now let us talk about what is this Padhai to Vardua and what are the, I'll discuss the major things and one by one I'll explain what is this actually. See, in this, there may be dozens of features, hundreds of features, but mainly we are talking about 6 or 7 things. See, we want to take crowdsourced content. The content is being designed by SERT, and also we want our lakhs of teachers should produce content and provide it. I'll tell you why. Then simply providing content or explaining some concept is not the role of the teacher. Teacher will engage with the students in many ways. At least they will do some homework, they will do some assignments. If a student asks some doubts, they will clarify it. One way in the classroom we are doing orally, and portal also will provide to submit homeworks, to take assignments, to ask doubts, etc. Third, at least 5-10 minutes I will spend on question bank. What is the importance and purpose of this question bank? And fourth, online classes. Many of you must always be taking. Yesterday I saw that on 20th, there are 6,000 simultaneous classes have been taken in a day online. Our teachers have taken. Then we are going to virtual school. And in the online, of course, now you don't understand when I explain a public appreciation, private referendum. We are giving some features. I want feedback on that. And of course, cricket as an assessment tool is a tool we are developing it. If time permits, I'll explain that also. Now, when content development comes, many times I heard that why there should be content to be redeveloped. Go to Google and you will find thousands of, you just search for any content, you will find hundreds of videos you see, but there are many problems. The content being searched in Google or available in YouTube must not be used at all, because there is lack of trustworthy or factual accuracy. What is the trustworthiness? Because if my child asks for a chocolate, before purchasing a chocolate, I will see twice who is the manufacturer, what is the content, whether I can feed this chocolate to my child or not. But nowadays, parents simply, if they want to teach a particular concept to the student, they search on Google, and if they get a YouTube video, they will they will think they have given a right tool, but no, please. 90% of the tools, videos, content available on YouTube are not trustworthy. There may be factual accuracy. So most of the content is either in English or Hindi voiceover. But we need Hindi because we are from Chhattisgarh. And also I want to say, you also will appreciate that the Hindi of Delhi and Mumbai are different from Delhi of Hindi of Chhattisgarh. So our students will appreciate more the Hindi of Chhattisgarh. So our Chhattisgarh teachers must develop the content. And much of the content available is not either aligned to Chhattisgarh or state curriculum. So aligned to state curriculum in a language and accent followed by Chhattisgarh, consonant to the difficulty levels of different calibers, from a trustworthy source like SCRT, accessible free of cost we are providing. In addition to this, we are asking out of 2 lakh teachers we have, at least I am sure that thousands of teachers will be very much interested to create good content. And we have given an upload, anybody can create the content and upload on my site, but we are reviewing as a with two approvers, approver 1 and approver 2. When approver 2 approves it, then only it is available for the students. That curation process is required to at least maintain a certain quality of this. So this is about the outsourced content. So in this, any teacher can upload content. Approver 1 and approver 2 will upload, it will be available for the student. So I want to explain this in this way. There are about 5,000 to 10,000 video contents SCRT will develop. That's okay. But the content developed by SCRT, even though whatever the quality they have, they will not suffice for the whole Chhattisgarh. In the tribal area, if a tribal teacher explains with the examples, local examples, the tribal student may better relate it. Different pedagogies, different ways of teaching will be appreciated by different students. So we need definitely a different, same concepts explained by in a different way. But how we are actually ranking them with the likes, with the gradings. Everybody is first same 100 videos, but the video which is seen more will definitely be ranked high. And of course we have put some this thing also. If suppose some fixed number of likes and grading has come, right level approval will be there, then SCRT will be approval there, and SCRT likes some content, it can think of redeveloping it. In this way, the government is thinking of creating as I explained earlier, the trustworthy content with a different flags. Second is assignments and doubts. Please come, please. Who is that? Hello.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Your voice is getting stuck, sir. It is breaking. It is not clear to me. I am not sure about other friends, but it is not clear to me, sir.
Deepak.
Sir, here I am able to.
Mugeli.
To us.
Come, Mugeli. I do not know about other friends.
What about other?
Yes, sir.
Deepak, how is it?
Yes, sir. It is clear, sir. Clear here.
It's clear here, sir. In Masamund also, it's clear.
In Bilaspur also clear.
Yeah, please. Actually, it may be that internet speed problem. It will be corrected. Huh? I cannot do anything else also. Otherwise, I would have done.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Please.
I from Rampur can clearly hear you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm at Balrampur.
Then in the assignment doubts, I need not explain more. But only thing, a tool has been provided that whatever the homework that a picture is uploaded by the student, a teacher can correct online without taking the printout. It saves slightly much of time. The utility should be improved more. We will do that. So there are assignments and there are the doubt clearances also. Now, my favorite area of this thing. We have been working for the last few months, 1 year, I think. See, we want to create a big question bank. The importance of that question bank, you will understand at the end of my presentation, basically. when I explain data, what is data analytics. See, first thing is, when questions come slightly, when I ask a teacher to create a question, our general habit is, if it is a multiple choice question, give some textual question and 4 options. But now these questions are being served through, served electronically through. So we need not limit only for text. Definitely we can have pictures, we can have color pictures, we can have audio, we can have video. So I call them as multimedia multiple choice questions. It's not only multiple choice questions. We can have questions using the multimedia audio, video, etc. It will definitely assess different capabilities, different learning outcomes of the student. First, let me say picture based only. If it is picture based, I can have different types of questions. Template is there. Why I am telling is, if anybody in your school or in your friend circle is interested to create questions, they will be given user ID password and they can create different types of questions that contribute to my database. Today we have 40,000 questions already built. I'll explain that also. So one type of different templates I am taking. There is one question, some picture is there, 4 options. Or we can have a picture in bottom, 1 question and 4 options. Or we can have 4 pictures as options and 1 this thing. Like this, 1 picture as a question and 4 options. Like this, 18 different types of templates. They can be selected and they can give. This will improve the appearance of the question. The question. Next, not only this. Suppose these are examples of questions. These are all available. You can show something of the real-time photograph and ask, what is this? Like this. Like this. Now, not only multiple choice questions. We are building 10 different types of questions. So some of them are, I'll explain. This is already available on your textbooks actually. Match the following. Now it can be done on mobile, can easily be. So when it is in mobile, the difference between giving on textbook and giving in a mobile, giving in a textbook, you can give 1 or 2 or 3 matchings. If you give a match the following type question, it takes at least a half of the page it costs. But fortunately, electronically, you can give thousands of match the following questions. So if we are building a tool like that, anybody can create a left column, right column, and the computer will automatically generate match the following, and we give the order also every time it changes. And jumbled image questions, especially for map pointing or for human body or something like that. You give image and say that rows and columns while creating the picture. The computer, our program will automatically take the picture. It will divide into that many rows and columns. And in the jumbled way, it will keep, and the student is supposed to place that in the correct. It's like a game that can be played with the maps, with the human body, with any picture. Then we have map pointing. Suppose a map, India map is given, touch Kerala, they are supposed to touch the Kerala. Suppose if it is a world map, they have to suppose the place. When it is touched, it will say yes or no. Then this is most important. See, so far what we have done, I think we might have seen in textbooks also to a certain less quantity. But when you have multimedia, you can really give audio, video, and text compression. Text compression, we are using it. But in the real life, a student should comprehend by listening to something. Suppose if a student goes to the railway station and wants to go on a particular train, if there is an announcement at the he has to listen and should understand basically whether his train, in which platform it is coming and what is the delay. So we can give practice. Here you will give an audio file and 4 or 5 questions. You will give a video file, 4 or 5 questions. Test. If we are building here something, but I am telling you that if anybody is interested to create such type of things, and they are welcome. And with their name only, those questions will be created and they will be part of the database. Now, there is an English word dictation. A student can take on mobile, and there is a set of words for a particular class. Select the class. It will pronounce a, but suppose cat, it will pronounce 2 or 3 times. Then they have to type CAT. Like that, they can correct their own practice spellings. Now, this like this, currently we have created about 45,000 multiple choice questions. All we are in the process of creating audio comprehension, video comprehension, and other questions, and matching, etc. Even the development is taking place. But what is this question bank? Is it the question bank that is we are for 30 rupees, 40 rupees we are available? It is available for 500 coin. What is the difference between the question bank that is available centrally or available in a book, etc.? See, every question is linked to LO and a rubric. Every question, whether it is application based, whether it is analysis based, whether it is understanding based or knowledge based question, or if it is so, which learning outcome it belongs to. With this, what happens to me, if any student answers a question correctly, I know that he knows that learning outcome of a particular thing. Suppose a question is answering all knowledge based questions, but not able to answer a application based or analysis based questions or concept based questions. So I know that he is not able to grasp the concept. While talking about data analytics, we will also, what is data analytics? In the data analytics, collecting this type of information will tell you exactly the correct decision points what to do. And second is context sensitive. See, Chhattisgarh itself is, even it is a small state, in geographical area it is a big state, plus there is a geographical variation. Central is slightly urban, tribal dominated, and many. In one of the SCRT workshops, first time I heard this context sensitive questions. Suppose if I ask, one ice cream costs 10 rupees, how much 10 ice creams cost? I want to simply test whether multiple choice question is a multiplication is okay with the student or not. But in Dantewada like area, in a rural area, in a tribal area, if the same question if I ask with a different content, if suppose if I say Imali or arm or something like that, if I use, if one arm costs, hello,
sir, I have
yeah,
a question.
please.
Are you giving this speech for principals? What the principal should do to use the ICT in school?
No, let me complete it. First thing,
just listen, me, sir.
yeah,
ICT has been started in Chhattisgarh since right from 2013, I think.
yes, 13 is
Yeah, in most of the schools or remote schools, even in town schools, there were infrastructures, but there were no proficient instructor in the schools. And due to that, TVs, whatever instruments were kept there in the school, they were dusting and they were useless in the sense that your appointed teachers were not efficient, not proficient there.
Yeah,
Because of that, the government's ambitious plan was burst out.
I agree with to a certain extent to you.
Sir, I am a victim of this your ICT project. I was principal in government higher secondary school Dongaria at Mughal district. They said right from beginning that there would be internet and there would be expert instructor to teach the students. But never internet was never provided there. They asked us that you get a Google and your dongle and you use it. We can do nothing, and they have been taking all the papers and signatures that everything is okay. So in a practical way, I want to know that what a principal should do to use in the best way to the ICT in school.
Yeah, your name please?
R.K. Gupta, sir.
Gupta sir.
From Bilaspur, Lala Lajpat Rai School. And
you are telling the right thing. There are definitely field problems, but two things we should understand basically. First thing,
I mean, sir, I mean that we are now in an advanced stage, so we should work in the best manner with the best experts in every school. And when we are running the excellent English medium school, sure that there should be the best teachers, best experts, best infrastructures, and we can provide best teachings to students.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
I agree with you. Two things I want to tell you. First, in these model schools, the principal secretary, actually we are here, the government has formed a society and has given a freedom to recruit teachers or to depute teachers. This is the first thing that just they're only conveying. Second point I want to tell, there are n number of problems, but we should discuss problems when we are in a position to solve it. I am from NIC, and whether internet is working or not, you have to rise to the government basically. I can only explain. I will say you are correct and we should do all these things. There is no second thought at all. But if your internet is not working, that is an administrative problem. Should be talked to DEO, principal secretary, etc. Suppose if I and you discuss that, it's only the task. There is a very good statement which you cannot influence. I cannot influence. Even I talk to you, even I accept with you, even I say that you are very correct. That is not going to do anything. We have to talk to the person, sir, where the right action can be taken.
What's the message you want to give to all the principals of excellent schools? What is your message?
My message is how ICT can be used for the benefit, not to whether internet will work it or not. In this 1 hour, we cannot solve all the problems. I am agreeing with this. There have been problems for the last 2013. We have been working. There is a project ICT in education in all the 4,000 high schools we are supposed to get, and there are many problems. But if we discuss those things, that is not the right way, because we have to talk to the person who can.
How can we use the ICT in our school instead of giving a continuous speech? We just inform us, sir, how can we use it in the best manner for all the students?
That is, you have to understand first what is ICT and how we can use it. It is not actually.
I think.
Please. Hello.
For the last 15 minutes, I have been listening to you, and I would like to say to Gupta sir that I think you are saying about this online classes through cgschool.in, because you talked about 6,000 classes parallelly running yesterday you saw. So I think you are talking about this type of information computer technologies and the online presence bursting. I think you're talking about that, not the 2013 ICT model. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
There was slight audio disconnecting.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes. I understood that you are talking about the online classes and the online education, which at present we are disbursing through ICT technology.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next, to continue in the Padhai Tovarduvar, see, now virtual school and online classes concept has been created. Now again in the COVID-19, actually, okay, there is a scheme of model schools, but unfortunately, there were many initiatives to be taken by Principal Secretary Dr. Alok Shukla, but unfortunately, COVID-19 has come into picture. So immediately he has changed this thing and he has created a platform, Padhai Tovarduvar, basically. In this, there is a concept of virtual schools and online classes. Again, online class can never be the replacement for the normal class, where a teacher directly sees the face of the student and teaches. But when there are no physical classes can be conducted, why not in online class? At least something is better than nothing. That's why we are encouraging, and I'm very happy that teachers are taking it in this thing. As I told you that 2 days before day before yesterday, there are 6,000 classes have been taken. Online classes they have taken from SCRT. There are 4 or 5 classes every day they are getting. What is a virtual school? Now I'll come actually about the model school. What actually?
It is the option of our regular classes. Online classes are the option of the regular classes, sir.
Option means, what do you mean by options? If there is no physical class, Hello.
sir.
No, what I am saying is because currently we cannot open the schools
School
because
room.
of COVID. Schools we cannot open school rooms, etc. There is no physical class. So, and we are sure that next next 2-3 months there is a very less chance that schools can be opened, depending on the scenario we are seeing. That's why even these model schools, that schools of excellence, Pramukh Sachu Mahoday, he says that in these schools at least 9th to 12th, up to 8th standard, there won't be any classes, online classes. Up to 9th to 12th, can we run regular classes through online mode? Regular. Now it is only a teacher's will and wish they are creating. There is no regular timetable or everybody is not attending. So in these model schools, 9th to 12th, of course, in the yesterday's discussion, it was also discussed all 9th and 12th in the school. Can they, from their home, even at the lockdown period, can they give this thing? That is the idea. So that you see, before I proceed model schools, but after this COVID-19 disappears, and there is no problem, we are happy. Suppose like past, we are able to open the schools and run. Then also online classes has its own purpose. And actually, some of you might have observed that in December, January itself, SCRT and Principal Secretary has tried a few online sessions. At that time, there was no COVID. But the thing is that for the 3 objectives we have been doing that. Online classes can address the lack of subject experts. And there is, I think, not even 50% of the science, maths experts we have. There are 3,000 posts vacant. They have to be taken. So in those schools, that suppose maths teacher is not there, some other subject expert, science or English teacher is teaching the mathematics. Through online classes, we can supplement it. Second is to provide best teachers lectures to others. There are always one teacher is the best for one lecture, and we can provide that teacher's lecture to the other classes, and to have special lectures by experts. This is okay. Now, I think in the next week or next 15 days, how we are visualizing model schools will work after these admissions are over. In the model schools, see, actors, when I say, who use the computer system: principal, teacher, class teacher, student, and facilitator also will give login there, so that some routine activities like password changes, mobile number changes, etc., we don't bother principal or teacher. The facilitator, if available, facilitator, I mean that he is only computer operator if he is available. So principal, teacher, class teacher, student, facilitator will be there in the model school. This thing. Principal, after admission, like students and teachers will add, that is okay. But he will, just like the principal is creating a timetable for a normal school, a timetable shall be created for every class and section on the computer system. Means Monday, these are the 2 classes I will take, section A, mathematics and English. Like this, he will create a timetable on the system. Then for every class, how many sections are there? And for every section, of course, students will be automatically assigned. And assign teachers to class and section subject. Then, let me mark class teacher, mark teacher absence like leave, etc. And he can send notices to all classmates. It is now there is no physical class. Department is thinking of running at least these model schools from the next month onwards in online mode, as if it runs in the normal days. But of course, up to 1st to 8th, there is a different opinion that we don't do that. But 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, definitely we will do it. And these are the principal. Only principal will create a timetable, will assign class teacher, and for every section, who is the teacher, he will simply say that he is the teacher. Then teacher will create their own WebEx or Geo or whatever the online classes they will create the class, and all the class that sections students will be there. they will be joined, and the attendance will automatically be whoever joins will be taken. Like this, at least for 1 or 2 or 3 months, department wants to run. And this is the model we will be getting for these model schools or schools of excellence in the next 10-15 days. But in the online classes, again, I'll repeat at the cost of repetition. I want to say online class cannot be a replacement for a normal class. But when there is no normal class that can exist, online classes, at least it will give some knowledge sharing. But two things I want to say, you may appreciate this thing, 2 features we are giving in the portal. I want feedback also. In the online classes, suppose I am taking a session and 40 people are attending. And you are taking a class and 40 students are attending. And one of the students basically has done something good, asked a good question, or a teacher wants to appreciate that student. In the normal class, what happens? When a student does something good, teacher will make her stand and give a clap or give a pat on their shoulder or appreciate in some way. And more than the motivation created by the appreciation is really highly impactable. So similar to this, in online classes can we give? We are giving a feature when they log into CG School and join a class. All the students who join, left side they can see. They have to simply click on the student and give the type of appreciation. In the type of appreciation, as soon as I say claps, the student's photo and that clapping will come. All the 40 students will get that. Means that appreciation you can give. That appreciation can be of different types. It can be claps, it can be flower rhyme, it can be bouquet, it can be badge, and it can be points. Actually, gamification involves these things basically. That will similarly attention questions. Now suppose 30-40 students are taking the class, and whether they are really, see, in normal class also I am sure at least 20-30% students will be out of class. They will be thinking something else, they will be doing something else, they will be watching something else. Then when a teacher notices a student is not attentive, she will ask the student some question. If that student answers the question, that means she is listening. If she cannot answer that question, teacher says, "Theek se suno yaar." Similarly, there will be attention questions available in the platform. If simply clicks that question will appear on the screens of all the 30-40 students who are in that, and they are supposed to answer it. That may be very simple question, who anybody can answer who will be listening. Even there will be an option, I don't know the answer. So suppose 25 students have answered, and it will stay only for 30 seconds. It will not stay more than that. Within that 30 seconds, that if student cannot answer, that 5 students list will come to the teacher, and teacher may say, "Mister, what are you doing?" Like that. So there will be simply in the online classes also we can create the teacher will is watching this phenomena. Now, 2 things I should tell you. That is big data for adaptive learning. What is this part? See, so I am sure so far what we have discussed, anyhow in the normal classroom we are doing it. There is no much difference. But why people are in the very early, even it cannot replace a teacher. I told you 4 or 5 things and told you this through data analytics, it can actually give insights about a student what teacher may not know, what even their parents may not know. I'm sure because you are attending here, most of the people are, every one of you must be having a Gmail account. You may be using Google, you may be using Gmap, map and all these things. अगर मैं ये बोलता हूं तो ये अतिशयोक्ति नहीं है. जो गूगल ज्यादा यूज करते हैं, जो ये मैप एप्लीकेशन वगैरह यूज करते हैं और यूट्यूब यूज करते हैं, आपके बारे में आपका हस्बैंड और वाइफ के से ज्यादा गूगल जानती है कि आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं, क्या लाइक करता है, क्या नहीं लाइक करता है. That is because of data analytics. Every data item you are using, every data you are searching is being stored in the database, and Google searches it, and it will say, okay, he is the person who likes these things, this type of videos, and it recommends you some video. 3 simple examples I want to give you. Today is the time of data analytics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. In data analytics actually started 10 years back. Why I am telling that data analytics is through these question banks, through all these online activities, we are collecting data about every student in my database. I am getting arabon ka data, hundreds of crores of data. Today it has crossed about 10-15 crores. In next 6-8 months, I'll be getting hundreds of crores of data items. Nobody has entered. They have been created. They suppose they see a video, I'll have one data item. If they answer a question, I'll have one data item. Okay, this question is answered wrongly. This question is answered by this student correctly, like this. Before I go how I will use this data, I want to tell you one interesting thing actually, what happened 10 days back, how this data analytics has come into this thing. In America, there is a virus. Today we are suffering with this coronavirus. There is a virus like our if it is not treated in the very early when 1 or 2 people are infected, there is a chance that it becomes a pandemic in that area. And health department has tried like anything, but unfortunately they could not find, and at many places that pandemic used to take place. One day Google announced, I can tell where this pandemic is supposed to happen after 15 days. Google, as you know, is not a health organization. It is a ICT organization. It is telling that I can tell that part, and it could predict properly after 15 days at this place this pandemic will happen, and it happened like that only. How it could do is like this simply. In America, there is a usage of internet is more, and many 80-90% of people use some sort of Google search, etc. So suppose what I do, suppose I am getting, I am now to corona, suppose I fear some symptoms are there. Immediately I will go to Google and I will search for 1 or 2 items. What they have done is, wherever this pandemic has come, 15 days back from that area, what are the words that people are searching for? They could find out 6 words. Okay, when hundreds of cases it happened, so when people searched for these 6 words more, after 15 days that pandemic is coming, they said that, okay, because today these 6 words are being searched more, after 15 days that pandemic may happen. And they are now able to predict that in exact. And of course, second, many malls, etc. will be using it. First time Walmart has used it. It is also about 10-15 years back, for example. Customers' behavior. When they analyzed data, they found one interesting thing. When women are purchasing beer, and many of the women are purchasing diapers, baby diapers also. They don't know why. And analytics will never tell why. It will tell what will happen, that's all. So immediately they have put the diapers adjacent to the beers, and the diapers sale has raised. After a few months, the reason was detected. Actually, if any lactating woman drinks beer and their child used to urinate more, क्योंकि दूध पिलाती हैं तो बच्चे को ज्यादा यूरिनेट होता है, ज्यादा डाइपर्स का जरूरत पड़ता है, इसलिए उनको डाइपर्स ज्यादा खरीदता है. इस टाइप का रिलेशन भी हम लोग डाटा एनालिटिक्स से ले सकते हैं. थर्ड एग्जांपल बोल के हम लोग ये डाटा एनालिटिक्स कैसे हम लोग स्टूडेंट में यूज कर सकते हैं, स्कूल डाटा में, दैट आई विल टेल. In one case, it is a very recent case, 4-5 years back, one 16-year girl, school girl, जो 18 साल की नहीं हुई, शादी नहीं हुई, स्कूल गर्ल है. She started getting email messages, like messages that a pregnant woman gets. आप इधर डिलीवरी कराइए, ये बेबी प्रोडक्ट्स यूज करिए, ये हॉस्पिटल जाइए, इस टाइप का. And and her father was very annoyed. 16 साल का गर्ल को why you are giving all these messages? He went to the court and court में वो किया कि कंपनी जो है unnecessary मेरे गर्ल को इस टाइप का मैसेजेस भेज रहे हैं. That company went to the court, said sorry, the machine has given it, we are sorry. But after 15 days, this father again went to that company and said sorry. Sorry for what happened 15 days back. I went to court, etc. But there are many things जो एज ए फादर मुझे नहीं जानता, मेरा घर में चल रहे हैं. My 16-year-old girl student is really pregnant. See, the girl student, 16-year-old girl is pregnant. It is not known in the home to the father or mother, but Google can rightly predict it. That is because of data analytics. Now I'll tell what is the big picture. What happens? It's not simply asking some questions or seeing some videos. Some very good decisions can be taken based on this data analytics, and it is happening today. I am very happy. Daily 3 lakh teachers and students are joining, but it is a less number when 50 lakh students are there. When we improve this gamification technique and all these things, I am sure a few 10-15 lakh students definitely will join. Then I'll get hundreds of data items on my database which can be analyzed, and simply my objective is this thing. Like if you are using Amazon or if you are using YouTube, they say you watch one video, it will say another video to you. Or if when you are purchasing one book, it will suggest one more book to you, and many of the times the book that has been suggested by Amazon will definitely be your liking of yours, because it is analyzing your data, your interesting patterns. Similarly, if I can analyze my data and tell the student or teacher, these students will be benefited most if you can explain this concept, if you can make him see this video, if you can answer these questions, etc. That will be the ultimate thing. Like some decision, suppose if I know from one school, one class science, all students are rightly answering only memory based questions, but they are not able to do concept based questions. Maybe the teacher who is teaching requires a training for how explaining the concepts. That is a decision we can take based on the data analytics. That is one big objective we are Pramukh Sachiv and all these people are putting. Next, lastly, I'll take another 5 minutes and we can discuss for another 5 minutes. See, what is this gamification? Gamification is not playing games. कभी-कभी मेरे को मतलब जब even कंप्यूटर गेमिफिकेशन ही नहीं है, नॉर्मल में भी खेलते खेलते दिखाना सिखाना है, में खेल ज्यादा हो रहे हैं और सिखाना कम हो जा. मतलब gamification, I am not saying let them play games or something like that. I am not talking about that. Gamification principles based on the human behavior we can create. One thing, see, for this simple thing is, if you give badges, points, or simple prize or claps, that itself is motivates a student to do more and more. We have created, our Bhomika also has joined it. He has created some medals like this, gold, silver, and this thing, and some notes, some to give some points, some currency which will be available in this Padhai to Vardhar scheme. With this currency, what will happen, whether they can purchase any real life item or not, I don't know. That is the decision of the department. They can even offer these points can be redeemed for data or for any social useful products like books, play items, sanitary napkins, etc. That is a different thing. But even you give electronic points and electronic badges or electronic stars, it also motivates a student to do more and more. One thing I want to tell you, but if giving some prizes, giving some badges, giving some points is not a new. For the decades we have been doing that. But what we generally do is we will award the rankers. We will give prizes for the first, second, third. We will give points for the who reaches the, who does it for fast. But all the big achievers are being awarded. Definitely it will motivate those people, and a few top percentile people will study more and do more so that they can also get that award. But the last percentile जो सबसे पीछे हैं, उनको कभी chance ही, he knows that I can never get first rank, I can never get the second rank. मैं कभी उसके लिए कोशिश ही नहीं करूंगा. And the objective of school education, objective of a principal, is not only to ensure that only few merit students will be benefited. Our objective is for every student in the class, every student in the state should achieve more and more wherever he is and wherever he or she is, and she should do better. That is our. So for that, what we do? See, the gamification techniques say that if you give unpredictability, randomly something, human beings will appreciate. Once this randomness, to explain you, one thing I want to tell you, there was an experiment. There's a rat and liver experiment. Because see, this particular thing we want to use in our system, in the education system. That's why I am giving you on this. If you have any feedback, you can just drop me a mail or something like that, because it's in a big way we want to implement this. See what this actually, there was an experiment, a rat was put and there is a lever. Whenever a rat presses that lever, a cheese used to come and the rat can eat that cheese. That is how it used to. And within a few days, rats are supposed to be very intelligent. They are actually. Within a few days or few hours, it learned. Whenever it is hungry, it used to press that. A cheese used to come, 2 or 3 cheeses it eats, and whenever it is not hungry, it won't press that lever. Within days, it learned that, and it went away. Second, the randomness, unpredictability. There is a rat, there is again a lever, but they have introduced randomness. If rat presses one lever, sometimes 1 cheese will come, sometimes 2 or 3 cheese will come, and sometimes no cheese will come. But randomness, unpredictability, gambling has been used. Do you know what that rat did? It, from the morning to evening, it used to press the lever even it is hungry or not hungry. Earlier, it used to press the lever only when it is hungry. Why? Because of that gambling nature hai, any animal or human being को है, we love unpredictability. That's why अगर आप और हम एक head and tail game खेलिए, 10 मिनट में हम लोग ऐसे engage हो जाते हैं, उसमें कुछ भी नहीं है अकेले. Head गिरेगा, tail गिरेगा, it depends on but हम लोग involve हो जाते हैं. So gamification techniques say that you create certain unpredictability in the picture. If you are using GPay, Google Pay, you will appreciate that. In Google Pay, whenever you do 500 transaction, it will give some scratch card. If you scratch it, sometimes it will say, many times it will say better luck next time, and sometimes it will give some 9 rupees, 5 rupees, etc., some gift back, money back. Because of that unpredictability and giving that gift coupon, many people will use only Google Pay. Even my daughter will not allow me to transfer money in other means. It will say that if only Google Pay you do, you will get some return. She will see what I will get. Many times she is not getting, but still that unpredictability will happen. So what we are doing is, these quizzes, these videos, everything. Suppose there is a of course, if in a quiz there are 20 questions, if 50 questions are answered, some random gift will be given. If that random, if it is scratched, sometimes it will have better luck, many times, 80% times, but 20% times they will get gifts like dummy gifts they may happen, or gifts like badges, medals, electronic gifts, which doesn't cost us basically. But there will be some physical gifts like physical bands, badges, which can be given in the school assembly. Gifts like pens, etc., also will be there. And a few people for 90 gifts. Like I had that when I worked on a project in Dantewada, that collector Saurabh Kumar used to, every month he used to give a lunch to some other students and some other teachers. Like this, there can be gifts: lunch with the collector, lunch with the DEO, lunch with the BEO, lunch with the principal, whoever sponsors it. But for that, government will not money. Yeah, visit to museums, or 80% rebate in INOX movies. Like this, many benefits, real-time benefits also can be given, or even a phone call by a senior officer. Suppose one student is selected for this random gift, and DO every month he will make 5 student calls. उस स्टूडेंट को कॉल करेगा, उस टीचर को कॉल करेगा DO and appreciate it, sir. Okay, you are done. That itself is a very good gift. Like this, we are thinking of some gifts of some 1,000 rupees each or something, 10-15 gifts. Like this, putting randomness in the system. We want to create a gamification methods. Of course, it is still in the implementation stage. It is in the analysis stage. We have to discuss. Nothing is approved by the department. Still, it is in the draft stage. So to conclude, see, COVID-19 has given a challenge. But let me tell you one very good thing. Not the department. The learning the teachers and students have learned the using online tools in these 3 months. If in a normal cascading training, if we used to give to teach the same thing what they have learned in the 3 months, even in 3 years we can't do that. The learning of the online tools by teachers and students is tremendous. So we can convert blessing in the disguise. We have developed some online tools. Teachers are using it. So we should continue computation of complete academic cycle and introduction of gamification techniques and data analytics will do. And to open for 3 minutes discussion, Guru Tujhe Salam. I'll salute you all. And this 3 minutes we can have some discussion, and 4 o'clock I'll close it. Now it is up to you.
Sir, the new things which you are going to introduce. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please tell me.
Yes, sir. So the new things which you are going to introduce, like the appreciation part and the question answer, the question will be shown in the screen for 30 seconds, and the students are going to answer. That is very good. But and in this pandemic, it is very true that we have learned a lot. I had heard about only online classes, but due to this pandemic, I have learned to use it. But sometimes, no, this technique, no, this ICT technique goes in a wrong way. Suppose I am giving you a example. I am this approver in cgschool.in for 12th English.